Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence, how to build more of it, and why it's so important. So before we get into the video today, if you could like, subscribe, hit the follow button, and don't forget to comment afterwards with what you found most valuable, that'd be really helpful. So in today's video, how do you build more emotional intelligence? Well, first of all, I'm going to go through the actual definition of what it is. So what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the ability to manage both your own emotions and understand the emotions of people around you. There are 5 key elements, which is self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Now, why is it so important to have emotional intelligence? Not having emotional intelligence can lead to misunderstandings, hurt feelings, and lonely moments. Without it, it's harder to make friends, you won't really work well with others, and you can really struggle to even understand yourself at times. Everything seems more complex and less clear when you don't have emotional intelligence. So how do you build it? Well, great question. Now, the first thing is to become more self-aware. How do you become more self-aware, right? This is an old age argument, because how would you be cognizant enough to say what you're good at and what you're bad at? Maybe someone else needs to tell you. So what I would recommend as an exercise is to write down your 10 best qualities from your own perception of that and the areas to improve. And then ask 3 or 4 of your closest friends and family members to do the same thing. If you have 8 out of 10 that are matching up, fantastic. If the commonality across your friends and family is that you're way off the mark, you are severely lacking awareness. And this isn't about gaslighting them and saying they're wrong. This is 4 or 5 people, for example, that know you very, very well, that are openly telling you, here is where you're excelling and here is where you could perhaps improve. Then after that, you need to have the emotional intelligence to separate yourself from what they've just said. Realize this is not a personal attack. This is a great opportunity to grow. So take that feedback, implement what they've said, and you'll get a better result. Simple as. So you also want to practice active listening. A lot of people are posting on the internet daily about how men in particular need to speak up. This is nonsense. Men don't have a problem speaking up. We often get punished when we do. There's a very big difference. But as men equally, we are very purpose-driven, so we want to try and fix other people. We want to try fix our partners. We want to try fix our friends and tell them, here's what you need to do. It's extremely unhelpful. So instead, just listen to understand. Do not listen to respond. If someone comes home and says, oh, I'm such a piece of shit, I've had the worst day ever, don't go, you're not a piece of shit, you're amazing, you're great, you're wonderful. This invalidates how they feel about themselves. And it also provides a solution. We don't want to do that. We don't want to rescue people. When you try to rescue people, they stay stuck in the victimhood. So I'll talk about that on another video around the drama triangle. So practice that active listening. When someone says to you, I'm a piece of shit, you can challenge it in a healthy way. A piece of shit? Yeah, I'm just an idiot. Okay. How have you come to that conclusion? Don't ask why. Why is very finger pointy, very accusatory. Instead, ask how and what questions. How have you come to that conclusion? What makes you say that? Or where's that come from? Right? It just softens it, and then you'll find out more information. You'll never find anything out when you've got your mouth open. You want to keep your mouth shut and your ears open. Understand what it is that they're saying a little bit more and what they actually mean. Because if they say, I feel like shit, your interpretation of that might be different to theirs. The same way that if I said dog, some of you might think chihuahua, some of you might think bull mastiff. They're very different. So you need to understand what feeling like shit or feeling worthless means to them by asking better questions. You want to communicate very clearly. This is a great sign of someone that has got great emotional intelligence. They don't dither. They don't use phrases like just following up for my last email, or just wanted to message to reach out. You don't need to just anything. It weakens your position. Also, you don't need to say things like, in my opinion. I know it's your opinion because you're the one fucking saying it. So if you're trying to caveat this, it's coming from a place of vulnerability. It's coming from a childlike state. So you don't have to caveat anything when you're making a statement. Instead, if someone says to you, for example, who's the best footballer ever? Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo. Or Lionel Messi. You don't have to say, well, in my opinion, it's maybe Lionel Messi because. Just state what you're saying. State how you're feeling. Get your point across. The next one is stay positive. This doesn't mean false positivity, but there's no need for unnecessary negativity either when people challenge me on this. I want you to feel all of your feelings. I want you to embrace them all, experience it without the judgment. Just don't judge yourself for feeling down or angry or happy or whatever. So, but what you want to do is to remain positive as often as possible. And it's just finding a solution to the fucking problem. It might not be a great problem, but you still need to find a solution for it. The next one is to empathize. So when we have sympathy, it's, oh God, yeah, that's really bad. Empathy, that's amazing. So if I have a sales call and someone doesn't turn up for it, the first thing that I go to now is empathy. Something may have happened. They may have had to pick up their child from school. They may have had a difficult phone call today around one of the parents becoming ill. They may have been in a car accident. There's so many different things that could have happened. But instead, what most people do is, oh God, they're so rude. They've not shown up for my call, blah, blah, fucking blah. In reality, anything could have happened. So just create empathy first. Now, after a while, you don't want to become a pushover. If they keep doing this to you, you do get what you tolerate, and that's very different. Ironically, that's where emotional intelligence kicks in. And then you say, no, I'm not going to stand for that going forward, actually. The next one's be open-minded. It's similar to empathy in a sense, right? You're opening your mind, you're expanding your mind to something that could be out of your control. So how can I better gain a sense of what it is that they're really saying here? How can I support them more? How can I become more compassionate? How can I become more kind? How can I become more understanding? So yeah, maybe I'll give it a go. If it's something that you're putting off, maybe I can have that conversation. Just keep opening your mind and you'll get loads of new opportunities. And the last one's listen to feedback. So I know it kind of ties in with number one, but if you really listen to the feedback, you really implement it, it's going to be an absolute game changer for you, I can assure you of that. So there's a quote here from Dale Carnegie: you can conquer almost any fear if you will only make up your mind to do so. Remember, fear doesn't exist anywhere except in the mind. We are only born with two fears, which is the fear of loud noises and the fear of heights, and we only develop two other fears as we grow older, which is the fear of not being good enough and the fear of loss of love. So, as a nice reminder, you are enough, you are not alone. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please comment, like, subscribe and follow to help grow the channel, and I'll see you next time.